Good day, everyone, and good day to you, Mr. Manzanero. So, I will be continuing the report on project management. So, first of all, my name is Gawat Dima Flores, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, major in Service Management program. So, for our session objectives, a topic is describe the contents of project risk section. The first and the second one is done and reported by Miss Crane and Mr. Carrito. Excuse me. Risk to projects. Risks are events that could have adverse effect if they occur. Risks that the project will not be completed, not be on time, not on budget, and not having the right quality and the right scope. So if the risk events have already occurred, for example, is not having enough programmers, that is a weakness which needs correction. So first thing that we should do is to identify the risk so that we can mitigate it. So mitigation actions minimize negative effect if risk event occurs. Example is cross training mitigates effects of loss of critical resources. So cross training is the action or practice of training or being trained for multiple roles or work. So moving on to the two kinds of sources of risk is the internal and external. So for the internal risks are the risks that are within your organization, your group, um, or your team. These are the resources, equipment, and facilities. The first one is unexpected attrition. So this is the gradual weakening or reducing of your it's like manpower. This, for example, and cross training is applicable to that because if you lose a um, one employee or one of your team members or group members, the project that you're working, if you are cross training, then you can adopt and continue the work, even though if um, you lost them or they quit. For the second one is unexpected equipment failure. For example, is the failure of the company computers. So always save files on your clouds, and if there are unexpected equipment failure like failure of your company computers, you can still continue the work on your company laptops. Loss of facilities. So if there are uh, company maintenance or there are disasters, one solution for this is the work from home setup, so you won't be needing to work on site. Moving on to the external risks, these are the risks that are outside your organization, which are the suppliers, client stakeholders, excuse me, the market, political events, and acts of gods. So the first one is supplier failure to deliver right inputs. So by this, you should always have a second, or you should have multiple suppliers so that if your supplier cannot provide the needed or the demanded products, the others can still provide and you can still continue your project. Unexpected change in kind senior management, unexpected loss of support, change in executive direction for the project. So by this is there is a new management, of course, your current project won't be aligned or it won't be in sync with the new senior management. Worst case scenario is you'll be back to zero with your work. So across training is still applicable this because training um, each one of your skills you can easily adapt to even if you start back to zero you can easily create or start your project. So moving on to the third one is every market downturn leading to change in project volume. By this is we cannot stop this the market, but we can easily create or start what is on trend or what are the demands of the market easily, even though we can stop the downturn, because I think there is no mitigation to this kind of risk, because it's the market. Uh, it is outside of our reach, but we can still continue to work on new projects easily if we are flexible and easy to adapt. Number four is the unexpected political disruptions, strikes, coup, rebellion, severe crime. So one example of this is our school, Alice PU. So we experienced strikes, jeepney strikes, and uh, it is one of our main transportation, especially for the students that are living outside of San Pablo. Jeepney is an essential. So uh, if there is a strike, there are classes dismissal or there are no classes at all. So we mitigate this by the online classes so that we can still continue our work or study. For number five is storm, typhoons, fire leading to project disruption. So by this is as I have said earlier, work from home setup is suggested with these cases that if there are strong typhoons and there are electricity shortage or brownouts, then we should always save our files on our clouds. So moving on to the list of specific internal and external risk projects. So first one is stakeholders. Under this is the sponsor business leaders. Assess if the significant risks have been considered by the project team. So you should always assess. For the second one is stakeholders assess if the mitigations are correct. So going back earlier is first is identifying. So if you identify, you should choose the correct or sufficient mitigation. For the next one is the stakeholders assess if the amount spent for mitigations is commensurate with the cost of the risk. So you should always analyze if the cost of your mitigation is lower than the cost of the risk, because if the mitigation will cost higher, then it is nonsense. So it should be at least equal, if not lower. So for the summary is the project risk section, specific internal and external risks to the project and mitigation for each risk. So this that is all for my report, and thank you.